This is Romy Mack, and welcome back to another episode of 2 Cents, where we talk about any and everything and give our 2 cents. Today's show, we'll touch on a couple things. I want to talk about the passing of Hugh Hefner. What else we want to discuss? A little bit on Puerto Rico. I really don't know too much, as much as I probably should, but just enough to develop conversation. And I had a conversation with a good friend of mine, a good friend of the show, Carla. We were talking about this post that I had put up about the best R&B groups of the 90s. So, we're probably going to talk a little bit about, just jab at that a little bit about the best R&B groups of the 90s. And I want to talk about the last night's Thursday night football game between the Packers and the Bears. Before the game started, in regards to the, what the backstory is, Aaron Rodgers had talked to, he was talking to his fans or whatever at a press conference, saying about showing solidarity again by locking arms during the national anthem, just to say, we're not for, the inequality of, the treatment of people in America, include, preferably, the way blacks are treated in America, and yeah, it wasn't a lot of people that was down for that cause. So, there was some that was with it, but it was a lot that weren't, But before we get, dabble more into that, let me introduce you to today's folks on the show. I got Croombe and I got Shugga Bugga on the line. So, yo, what's up?
Hey, Shugga Bugga, it's Croombe, the great. She's being fussy right now.
Oh, that's cool. You gotta love marriage. You gotta love marriage. That's what it's all about, man. You make it work. Breakups and makeups, man. Keep doing it. But anyway, man. So yeah, I want to open up on the game last night. Aaron Rodgers, before like I was telling our listeners that Aaron Rodgers said at a press conference before the game that he wanted everyone and all the fans to show America that we do stand beside you and that we do believe in equality amongst the people, and it just didn't have that great of a turnout on the field. So when it was come time for it to happen. But I would say I'm shocked, but I'm not shocked that actually did happen. But I want to get you guys 2 cents on the on that situation, as far as everyone not locking arms, or everyone not locking arms in the sense of solidarity to show that they were against I would say the inequality of the treatment of people in America.
It ain't no shocker to me. It's just the fact that with all that's been going on with how the flag and stuff has been portrayed and all these football games, you got people booing people that's sitting down on their knees and all of, that's taking a knee and everything else. It's no shocker. It's just what's happening now. This country's more divided than it's ever been divided, basically. So
right.
I don't even know how people shock. Nothing shocks me right now when it comes to stuff like that. So I'll let see if Shugga Bugga got something.
Yeah. What you got to say, Mama?
So yeah. Kill him. Sorry, I didn't hear much of what you said. I've been hearing too good today. So about the whole locking arms. I don't know. I think that I don't know. I said it before, man. We broken. So, everybody talk about how we need to unite and stuff, but no one wants to admit, that, hey, things is bad right now.
Well, because a lot of people feel like a lot of people, and I want to say, when I say people, I do mean white people, believe some white people, not all white people, that if you don't talk about it, it'll go away.
Yeah, you have to talk about it.
But this situation, this ain't one of them situations. You know what I mean? It's not like when your kid asks you if you can go to Baskin and Robbins when you get out of church or something like that. I'm like, hey, mom, dad, can you take me to McDonald's? Can you take me to Baskin and Robbins? No, This is a serious situation that has to have that conversation. And it's gotta happen. You know, it's gotta happen. We need that conversation to be said. And yeah. You know,
it needs to be said.
It needs to be talked about. You know, and it's like, and really, in order for this situation to even get fixed, it's going to take people that look like white people for us to get even further. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's certain doors that we're not going to be able to get into based off the color of our skin. You know what I mean? So it's just, I know what we could talk about. We can talk about another, still stemming to football, and I saw him post today. Herschel Walker, ex-Dallas Cowboy and Philadelphia Eagle and Minnesota Viking running back, came out and he condemned the kneeling during the protests as well. You know, the protest of kneeling the national anthem. You know, he said he sided with Trump basically on the situation, and it's very interesting that, you know, he's very outspoken now, but
yeah, they're outspoken until something happens to them, and they change their mind real quick.
But when Colin Kaepernick, really, I call him Kaepertan, but when Kaepertan was made his initial movement, you weren't outspoken then. You know, it's real funny how folks are very outspoken now. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was. It's just very interesting that, you know, these people are very outspoken about this situation, but won't be outspoken when it comes to their people and the struggles that they go through. You know what I mean? Shit. Yeah, it's
true. I mean, man, you know, I'm in the military and everything, and even now with everything's going on, you would think that one of these days we'll have that talk, but no.
They're afraid to have the talk.
It's not, you know, it doesn't affect us. It does. It affects everybody.
Well, let's talk about why. What reasons possibly why? You know, logical reasons why, not emotional reasons, but logical reasons why you wouldn't want to have this talk about that would pretty much make the playing field equal for all parties involved. You know, one, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. It's a very uncomfortable thing, and I get that. But you know what else is also uncomfortable? Not knowing if you're gonna make it home. You know what I mean? Not knowing if you're gonna make it home at night. Not knowing if your child is gonna make it home at night. Not knowing if your dad's gonna make it home at night. Not knowing if your mom's gonna make it home at night. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's easy to say, well, you know, I worry about my mom, dad, and all that stuff anyway. Yeah, but chances, you know, a little more problematic for, I would say, for blacks and brown, and, you know, blacks and browns alike, and, you know, and it's nothing, you know, and it's not asking for a pity party. You know what I mean? It's not about a pity party. It's more so about us trying to get, you know, be treated as equals, like for everybody to have the same treatment. You know, so if we're gonna choke up, you know what I mean? If everybody was getting shot, you know what I mean? Like I would say the same thing, and then no convictions. Yeah, you know, we wouldn't. You got an argument there. You got an argument there. Like, okay, fine. You know, everybody's all being treated the same. But when it seems like a certain group of people tend to be in the news on these major cases, now it could be, and the media plays a part in that too, you know, as far as bringing out certain cases that just happen to make it. But, you know, it's just very interesting, you know, all these non-conviction for cops that actually, you know, that take out black, you know, black people, and, you know, in these situations where they're getting stopped, you know, you're getting stopped, you're in front of a, I don't know, you're selling CDs, what else, selling cigarettes. Well, you know, there's so many scenarios we've seen over the past few years that has us like, okay, you made your point, man. You made your point, you know. So to have a situation where you have someone who no longer had the spotlight at the time decide to take a knee, you know, in honor of you know, us not having, you know, the same rights as others, you know, put himself in an awkward position where he very well may lose his job, and he did. He may not ever get a job because, you know, I believe he was released, you know, So now he may not ever, get a job. So now
Right.
so now where are we as a people? You know what I mean? So it's like he put himself out there, didn't care if anybody else joined him or not, and he really sacrificed himself. You know what I mean? He truly sacrificed his career so that, we could, so that light can be drawn to this issue that's going on, and I'll ask this question for whoever may listen to this. I want to send this more so to like the listeners who are outside of the Black and brown community, and if you lost one of your black or let's say black or Latino friends, to like police brutality, how would that make you feel? You know what I'm saying? Like. For those that are getting real defensive, and obviously we've seen a lot of attacks of people defending the American flag and denouncing the protests against the flag, when it's clearly not about the flag. It's more so about what that flag represents and how people should be treated in this country based off of the Constitution, which guarantees guarantees us certain inalienable rights. I might have said that right or wrong. Who cares? I don't know. Phillips that's listening right now, he's probably gonna fuck with me about it, but it's all good. Basically, we've just in the Constitution we were told to give these certain rights, and we're not all receiving them is what the issue is. So it's like I didn't get my cut. We really just want our piece of the pie. Only thing about this pie is that if we get our piece, it doesn't take anything away from you. We just want to be treated the same. That's it. That's all that is. You know what I'm saying?
Way the power they have over you.
Yeah.
All these people know they got the best of the world. They got that power.
Yeah.
No one wants to give them that. I said it before, man. And that's why it's such an issue. No one wants to give them that power.
Right.
As long as people feel that they're better, they're doing better than you, and they can get a job over you. That's like pretty common stuff, man. Like if they know they can get a job over you and they don't have to work as hard and do as much as you do, yeah, they're gonna abuse it.
Right. Well.
Nobody wants to get that power, man. Nobody.
Yeah.
That's where all that stems from. They know they got some sort of power over us. They got the better part of that pie. We can get 25 pieces of that pie, but if you're greedy, you don't want nobody else to have a cut. That's all where it comes from.
Yeah. What else is happening in NFL related with this stuff? Oh yeah, Michael Bennett. Michael Bennett that plays for, I believe he plays for the Seahawks. He plays for the Seahawks. His brother plays for Green Bay, but Martellus plays for Green Bay. But Michael, who plays for the Seahawks, had an incident in Vegas right the night of the Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather fight. It was they had an incident where he rushed out of wherever they were, and then they saw him, and the cops kind of like pulled him down, but the big issue is that one of the cops, who just so happens to be Latino, he draws a gun on the guy. He's like, I don't know the exact quote, but he basically said, I will end your shit tonight, in so many ways. He's basically gonna shoot this guy. And Michael Bennett said all he could think about was getting home to his 3 daughters. You know what I mean? Like that's the type of shit that that people from our community are dealing with. We get pulled over. Your life is being ended.
Crazy.
It's very interesting because I can speak on this, and I'm pretty sure, and my Jeff and Croombe and Shugga Bugga can attest to this. When we were taught in Warrior Week, as far as like dealing with even the enemy, as we want to call it, in the military, whoever our opponent is, I won't even say enemy, but our opponent. In the military, we were told to deadly force is the last means for that.
Yeah.
So even dealing with the possible terrorists that we may have to see when we go overseas, the last resort is deadly force. You know what I'm saying? So why is it it's the first, or it seems like it's the first resort over here in America? You know what I mean? This is just some things to think about. You know what I mean? For everyone. You know, so that's, I just find that
they should be held to the same standards that we have to deal with. And we face the military face.
They don't do it. They don't have. It doesn't.
The military faces. You know, they're going into combat. We know that what we signed up for. First of all, yes, we scared shitless and we all want to go home, but we know what we signed up for. We know that there's a risk. So a cop saying like, "Oh, I just want to go home to my family." Well, that dude you pulled over and you killed wanted to go home to his family too.
Exactly.
And that, even when people comply with their orders or whatever the case is, they're quick. If I sit almost 6 months carrying a gun around. If I was to draw that and shoot somebody, and I could have, like, oh, well, I fear for my life, or oh, this. If that person had no weapon on their hands whatsoever, I would have been done for.
Right.
I would have been done. I would have been out of the military, lost my job, everything. Why? Just because I feared for my life, but that person had nothing in their hands, or the person was walking away, or whatever the case is, it could have been a kid, anything.
Right.
And what do we do? Even if it was an accident or a mistake, you still have to pay for that. It's not you get a 2-day suspension. Oh, you're going to lose some rent, you're going to lose some money, something. You know what I mean? And these guys are not being held accountable. And, even if it's not just, it's not just a black and white thing, and if they, some cops just, they get this mentality, in my opinion, that they think they are God. They can do whatever they want. And they get, and they do. They do whatever they want, and they get away with it. And that's why, and once they start being held accountable, and showing, using someone as the example, and be like, all right, you know what, you effed up. We're gonna hold you accountable for this. And the more they start doing that, the more they're gonna start thinking that they can just get away with things.
Yeah. It's
And it's sad. I just read about an incident. It's not in the news or anything, but I'm a part of a female group on Facebook, military women. This lady, of course she was speeding. She was crying in the car. She admitted that, and she didn't realize it, but she got stopped. She was trying to comply with the cops, but she was emotional about, whatever it was that she was going through, crying and stuff. Called back up. They slammed her on the ground. She got teeth knocked out of her mouth, all kinds of stuff, and they're trying to come up with some excuse to cover it up, and they're pretty much not listening to her. Even when she filed a complaint, they're not. I mean, this is a military member. Like, why? So, and I saw the pictures. It's crazy. Her face was tore up, and I mean, literally teeth were gone in the front. And I'm like, how, that's the thing, though. They're so quick to react to stuff. It's like, why would you want somebody? I would not want to take somebody like that with me in combat, first of all.
It's all about the flag.
Because if you go overseas and somebody acts a fool like that, oh, we done. You can't be so quick to do that.
Right.
You can't. You have a quick reaction like that, the other individual is gonna see that and be like, what? Y'all, this person reacted differently, and we weren't even doing nothing, and we hate Americans now. We hate these people. We don't want them here because of how they're acting. You know what I mean?
There's rules. The rules of engagement. We got to follow the rules of engagement, basically.
Yes, they should follow the same rules of engagement that we have.
Yeah. Another military-related story. We had spoke about talking about on the show was this general. Air Force general. He made this press conference announcement denouncing, these racial slurs that were put on these black students' doors at the preparatory school that's on the Air Force Academy's campus. And, it's real good to see that. It's good to see that coming from our Air Force general. It's a damn shame we're unable to see that from our own fucking president. I said it. It is what it is. It's just sad that, an Air Force general even knows to say something. He would denounce that, but he wouldn't know but 45, D Tweezy, Donnie Wise, whatever fucking name you got for him, he didn't have the audacity to denounce that shit that went down in Charlottesville, which ended up taking the life of, that what was it? That white woman up there. It is sad, man. When they were standing up for, equality for all people. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really, you know what? To be honest with you, it's not even really about race anymore. It's really if you for equality or inequality, plain and simple.
Yeah.
You know, do you feel like, you know, we should be treated any different? Do you feel like you're that much better than us? You know what I mean? So yeah, what it is what it is. America was built on the backs of slaves. Bill was built, you know, by, you know, the Asians, the Latinos, you know what I'm saying, and yeah, and the whites supervised, basically, you know what I'm saying. So it's very interesting, very interesting, you know, story. But I digress, man. I don't know what I mean. Ebony, do you see in our lifetime? Do you see things being better?
I don't. I think we taking steps back and back.
Well, at least for the next possibly
like,
8 years.
And I don't know, maybe media plays a huge role in it, to where it's just more negative than positive is being portrayed. And we know there's a lot of positive stuff going on, but once again, you know, people, you know, try to pit everybody against each other, you know, and it shouldn't be that way. But you know, like I said, everybody's all about that almighty dollar. They're gonna do whatever it takes to get that dollar. So if it's caught, you know, I own a television company or whatever, and I'm gonna pit everybody against each other, and you know, I'm gonna get the most views, and you know, I don't give a damn.
I got news.
My pockets are being full. You know, that's how.
I got news for everybody. Trump don't give a fuck. 45 don't give a fuck about anyone. Okay? This strategy, this tactic is called divide and conquer. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty much what's going down. He's doing his best to divide us. And we gotta do what we can to keep that shit together. You know what I mean? I thank him for revealing the you know, the white supremacists to us. We appreciate you showing your faces. You know what I mean? So that's one good thing we can say about that, because I didn't. Oh, it's like, oh, we didn't know you felt that way, but you got real bold once you got somebody that was for what you what you were for in office. So it's good to see you. How you doing? And be ready. You know what I mean? That's all I can say, man. I hope your job was worth it. You know, you got so many people, you know, that came at the fire chief came at Mike Tomlin, you know, for having the Steelers remain in the locker room, and you know, he ended up having to resign because of, you know, he called Mike Tomlin a no good nigger. Yeah, because that's what that makes it better. That makes life better. Okay, so So it makes. That's what you feel. It's okay to call somebody a nigger just because they protest, which is a right to do. They have a right to protest. You know what I'm saying? So
you don't have no right, man. I told you that. You ain't got no right.
There is no right.
That right is what they allow you to do. And as I said, like, the only reason you breathe today is because they thought the northern white people were gonna rise up against you.
You know what?
And that's it. That's the only reason you will actually breathe.
If he went somewhere else to protest, do you really think that this would end up peaceful? Like, just think about it. All these people that sat in restaurants, you know, they stood in the public, locked arm in arm. What happened? They got chased by dogs. They got water hoses put on them, tear gas on them. The people doing the sit-ins in the places back in the days where they throwing food and stuff on them. Now he does this in a stadium full of people. Now, do you really think somebody's going to be that dumb to do something like that in front of all those people on television?
Yeah.
In this day and age?
Sure.
No, they're not.
Stuff like that on YouTube.
They're not.
They people like that that do stuff like that.
But
Lately out, bruh.
But if he was just go out in the street or outside the courthouse and do it, it would have been a whole different outcome to that ending. You know, instead he said, you know, kneeling. Just like, you know, it has nothing to do with the flag. It has, if people be like, oh, the flag. What is the meaning of this? It's not just the military. So I'm not offended by it, first of all. You know, it has to, you know, you think about it.
it wasn't about.
People came and went and fought wars under this flag, and they come back home, and guess what?
Okay.
Guess what happened to them? But you know what? Under this flag, we need unity. And right now, we're not united.
Yo, can I say something?
We're
Yeah.
Jeff. He don't even know.
The funny part about this, I said this months we had this argument. I remember being on the show and I was like, America's not like the best place in the world. And y'all was like, why do you feel that way? And I was saying all the same shit we saying now is one of the reasons why. For us to be like the supposedly, what's the word, blueprint for freedom and justice and equality and all this shit, other people are fucking laughing at America. That's why they don't respect us. They see when stuff was going on like this, people was getting killed, other countries were saying stuff about this. They look at our news and like, how are we supposed to respect you guys and think about you guys being like, telling me how to like have freedom and all this stuff in my country, how it should be done, when you can't even take care of your stuff in your own home.
Right.
We supposed to stand for that though. We supposed to be the blueprint, but we can't even keep like equality straight in our own country.
They're laughing at us, man.
We go to other places and supposedly liberate them from what they doing.
Man,
Yeah.
listen.
It's like we over here telling other countries how they should run.
Man, listen. I'll tell you.
Over there, just like Jeff said, but
I'll tell you what I'll tell you what America's like, man. America is like, you know, that mother that doesn't know how to control her kids, and like you see her in the store, and every other country's looking at us right now like, what the fuck is going on at home? You know what I'm saying? Because again, we look foolish right now. Truly. We got we have somebody in office that, you know, I mean, what president calls anybody sons of bitches? What president does that shit?
And think about it, if that general was to say something like
Yeah. How the fuck would that look? How the fuck does that even look, yo?
Unprofessional.
Like how the fuck does that even look, man? For everyone.
Unprofessional.
He represents America, so I mean, and then you got people cheering on that shit. I mean, he was in the right place for it. I mean, he was in fucking Alabama when he did it. So I mean, of course they're going to encourage that shit.
But it's unprofessional.
Very unprofessional. He sits
down in the most.
There are no more rules.
It's unprofessional, and somebody that talks like that, and then you go and you meet up with these politicians and diplomats and stuff from other countries. I mean, think about, you know, like this is the thing that we're always told in the military. What is it? What's that phrase they always use? Shoot, I can't even think of it. You know what I'm talking about, right, Mac? Crap.
Was that duress?
No, that phrase they always use when they be like, it looks like you're doing one thing, but you're really not.
Yeah.
But just other people, it looks like, you know,
You're working.
it's just like him. You know, he's you know, no, Jeff, not that. You're stupid.
Fuck it, we'll figure it. We'll figure it out another time. Shit.
Later.
Yeah, we'll figure it out another time.
I forgot
But-
what I was talking about.
I just think, yeah.
He's the president.
But think about it. Going forward after last weekend, and him basically calling, you know, the NFL players that protest sons of bitches. Like, how do you talk about professionalism or anything? How do you call out anybody on your Twitter? With the president that fucking tweets. I mean, I'm considering, you know, what Obama. I would say Obama, Trump.
Because he couldn't say what he really wanted to say.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll go with that. But I'm totally flabbergasted at the stuff that's going on, the malarkey that we're experiencing throughout this administration. We ain't even been in a year yet. That's the wild part, man. You know, regardless of what party you're involved in, you gotta call a spade, man. That's all. Yeah, you gotta call a spade. But what else we want to roll into? Okay, so news this week. Playboy owner, creator, whatever you want to call it, Hugh Hefner passed away at 91. You know, for me, growing up, you know, when I think of Hugh Hefner, I think of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. that episode where, you know, Hillary wants to, you know, she ends up posing for like this Weather Girl spread that they're doing. And they get a whole bunch of weather girls across LA to do it. And, you know, and they go to the mansion and shit. And you know, even me as a, like, I would say sixth grader, might have been in elementary, might have been fourth grade, fifth grade or something. Seeing that, it was like, I wanted to go, obviously go to the Playboy Mansion someday, and be in that position where there's like these gorgeous women just everywhere, possibly topless, possibly in bikinis, and you know, it's you know, it's wild. You know, you see these certain folks, and you know, we grow up, especially in the wrestling era, with like you know, with me and Jeff being big. I mean, Jeff probably is still more a wrestling fan than myself, but like knowing that Sable was going to, like, she was going to do a spread, she was going to pose for Playboy. You know, and then we found out that China was gonna pose for Playboy, and you know, growing up, we like, I thought China was a man. I was like, how the fuck is a man pose? You know, fucking Playboy. Like, this is gonna be a strong ass spread to watch right here. You know, we got these strong ass titties. We see got fucking muscle spasms in the titty. But in all seriousness, though, you know, it's just Hugh Hefner. What I understand, you know, is I learned like yesterday from just watching this little small video clip. He had done a lot for the black community, in the sense of when a lot of people would not let black people into their doors for comedy, he opened up his doors for like folks the likes of Dick Gregory, you know what I'm saying, who is one who recently died as well, a civil rights activist, as well as, you know, a well-known comedian for his time. And, you know, he was a very big comedian between the 60s, and he also spoke out a lot about civil rights during the 60s. And Hugh Hefner allowed this guy to come into his club and perform, man. So, you know, he really did a lot more, I'm sure, for the black community. But that alone right there, allowing us to come into the club when a time frame where we were, I would say we're trying to get back to what that is, but it wasn't. I would say right now it's not as bad as it was in the 60s, but it was a time frame where we just weren't allowed in certain places. You know, no colored folk allowed. So definitely rest in peace, Hef. And what I find very funny is that, you know, he had a 31-year-old wife. Like, what the fuck, man? That's my age. You know, it's our, you know, so it's like right around our age. 31-year-old wife, but she will not be inheriting anything from, you know, his estate. So, man, I just laughed at that shit. I don't know what. So basically, she was with him for nothing, because I know she did not find a 91-year-old man attractive. You know,
there was a point in a couple of years ago. They said they were, I guess, he was engaged to her, and then she broke it off because something, and then I guess later on down the line they ended up getting back together and getting married again. So it's probably why he didn't put her in it, because he was probably like, nah, I don't trust that at all.
I mean, you know what? You know, I have questions. I have questions, and they may be funny, but I'm gonna have questions like.
Give me my phone.
Croombe, say something.
Yo, man, y'all praising Hugh Hefner, right? Real talk. That like, y'all see he the man. I get that. But there's a point that he also had a bunch of underage girls in the Playboy Mansion at the same time.
What was that?
Oh, don't try to excuse it. Don't try to excuse it.
It's part of, hey, listen, go ahead. No, that's cool. Go ahead. He had underage girls. Go ahead.
And then y'all get on R. Kelly. And y'all say R. Kelly got a quote. Was it a quote when Hugh Hefner did it? Hell no, it wasn't a quote. It was cool, huh? TV show, huh? Y'all say R. Kelly do it.
Who said it? I had to know about it first. Jeffrey? I don't know. Well, I guess I lost them for a little bit for whatever reason, but until they get back on the line, I guess we could talk.
I'm here, man.
What the fuck you doing then?
I think I hit the wrong button by mistake.
No, don't talk shit about R. Kelly and Hugh Hefner and then hit mute, motherfucker.
Nah, man, because, like, we were saying it was bad if R. Kelly did it. From my view, if a man got a house full of women, in certain places, it's illegal. Right? Apparently, it's illegal unless it's Hugh Hefner. Also,
Hey, for one, well, how about this? How about this? For one, I had to know about it. I didn't know about no underage shit. I don't know much about Hugh Hefner. So yeah, that's new to me.
Yeah. It's called pimping in other states, baby. It's called pimping.
It's called pimping.
And I know pimping when I see pimping.
And you know, and you gonna come, and you don't come at me like that. Well, you already know why. You already know why. If R. Kelly died tomorrow, you still praise I Believe I Can Fly. Don't tell me that shit.
I'm just saying, we excuse old Bill for it, but anybody else do it. If I had a house full of women, which needs to happen, it'll be some crazies. I was a 60-year-old man or something with like 13 women in my house. I'll be there like, oh, I'll be in jail right now, but you having I don't know what kind of deal he cut with whoever.
Hey, question for you. No, Croombe, you're not gonna do that. What jail is R. Kelly in right now?
None.
Thank you.
But hey, didn't like
The media crucifying him. The media crucifying him.
There was memes all online.
Of course.
Like, oh, he's messing with this girl, he's kidnapping them and everything, holding them hostage. I'm like, yo, that's the same thing. You haven't did this. No one said shit.
Yeah.
No one said shit for years.
You got a point.
You even had a TV show about it.
You got a TV show about underage girls?
Anthony, you said that Hugh Hefner's name? The show came out in 2000s.
He did.
Even then, if you have a house full of women like that, we doing, it's pretty much illegal. Anywhere else is illegal. They are kids so much. This was a Playboy channel. Oh my goodness. Ridiculous shit I've heard. If you got women in your house and you sell them out to porn or something, isn't that pimping? That's giving them a job. If it's for porn and stuff, then they're gonna make money. So if dudes just making it, so that's all I gotta do.
Oh man, y'all motherfuckers are funny.
And if you watch it, then it's legal. Yeah, that's all I need to do then. That's the whole thing you want to do. That's all I gotta do then.
Yeah, that's exactly what you gotta do. Just keep me out of that shit. I'll be damn, ain't gonna be no underage. Nah, ain't gonna be I don't do the underage shit. Yeah, Jeff, keep watching Hugh Hefner. Keep watching Hugh Hefner's show.
Better pop a movie in and stroke it out.
Come on, nobody's stroking it out.
Yeah, I like how you. Yeah, that's cool. Croombe just shitted on Hugh Hefner death with the R. Kelly bit. No, but I get what you're saying though. Bro. Yeah, definitely. The media definitely does. They pick and choose how they wanna, who they slander and what and how. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can attest to that shit, man. So that leads to the question: How will R. Kelly be revered in the event that he goes?
Yo, so if R. Kelly was to buy the Playboy Mansion and fill it with like, let's say like 4 or 5 girls,
Nick, listen.
he did the same thing.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Yo.
Answer the damn question.
Yo, Croombe, if R. Kelly buy that damn mansion, there's not enough. It's gonna be unlimited memes that's gonna come out. You talk about the memes before, you ain't seen shit yet.
Oh, I know.
Believe that. They gonna have that motherfucker set up like Professor X and damn X-Men and shit, man. Of just nothing but he don't got no mutants. He got it'd be just girls, and it's not funny. Don't get me wrong. The situation's not funny, and in all seriousness, it's not funny. But the memes, yeah.
Hey, you need to go make a meme right now with R. Kelly doing that. Like, oh, the mansion of facility.
Nah, I can't fuck with that. I don't fuck with no R. Kelly. R. Kelly don't even know how to smoke a damn cigar while driving. We seen that shit, man. I don't know what the fuck he doing. Now, what are you trying to prove, motherfucker? What are you trying to prove? You damn near 50. We know you know how to smoke a cigar, shit. But whatever, man. And yeah, R.I.P. to fucking Hef, and hopefully we don't lose R. Kelly soon. I mean, I don't know R. Kelly personally. I only know we hear in tabloids and shit. But music wise, that's all you know that motherfucker for. As long as he help you make a baby with Bump and Grind or whatever music you make, or if he uplift you with the world's greatest, or I Believe I Can Fly, then fly with that motherfucker. That's what I say.
Hey, yo, Matt, you want to know some funny stuff?
Yeah.
How many people were hurt when they found out Teddy Kevin was gay, yo? What if we found out that R. Kelly was like gay and he been making music about dudes this whole time?
Well, the same can be said about Luther Vandross.
I know.
Wait, they said what about Luther?
What you mean, what about Luther? He never really said girl in a song.
But he wasn't gay.
That don't sound like a confident answer there. But I mean, if he gay, fuck it, that's what you do.
Well, y'all thought y'all was saying something I didn't hear.
Well, it ain't been confirmed. I know there's been speculation that what the hell's going on? Is that my niece, man? You got my niece. What's she doing now?
She must have finished a good TV show because she came downstairs singing.
Okay. Cool. That definitely means we about to wrap it up in a little bit. But before we get out of here, as I said, I wanted to discuss this thing, and it's a hot motherfucking topic. Best, I would say, we're gonna go male first, but best R&B group of the 90s, and I go with Shugga Bugga. What you got?
Jeff, best R&B group.
You said Silk. And you want to compare hits with Silk? All right. Name your count. Give me hits. Give me hits by Silk. I mean, I know them, but.
I don't need hits. I really want an R&B person. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're not gonna use that excuse. You're part of the conversation now.
Jeez. I tell you what, it ain't gonna be who you think it is.
And who is I think? And who the fuck I think it is?
I know who you going with. Me myself, I'm not really in the R&B. Okay, I got one best R&B group, DMX, nigga. There you go. DMX is the best R&B.
Oh shit, man. You a fuck. He did sing. Yo, X did sing. X did sing though. He said either let me fly or give me death. That was a funny. Yeah, he did sing that shit. No, but Shugga Bugga, the R&B head that you are. Best R&B group of the 90s for you.
And the best group of the 90s. TLC. Oh wait, female.
Male. Well, that's definitely my pick for female.
Earlier was Boyz II Men.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Boyz II Men.
Yep, that's what I got. I got Boyz II Men. It's running tight. I mean, it's a tight second spot. You know what I mean? It's like I tell you who's not in the race though. At least for me, I tell you Blackstreet. That's right, Carla. I said it. I said Blackstreet.
They didn't last as long as Boyz II Men. I think Boyz II Men went longer, didn't they, as a whole group?
Well, Boyz II Men started in 91. They got their their first single released out in 91, Please Don't Go. And their career went up as far as to when they did that album without the Deep Voice motherfucker. And so that thing that came out, and they did Can You Stand the Rain off that album. So I think that was like 2000. 2, something like that. I remember I was in high school, so we graduated 03. So sometime between 99 and 2003 is when that came out. But I do remember 4 Seasons of Loneliness. I danced that my 6th grade dance to that song. It was cool. It was cool. John Yates Middle School, Suffolk, Virginia. Shout out to the 757 and anybody listening there. Miss y'all, love y'all. But yeah, male group. I would say boys. I would say Boyz II Men. Because New Edition doesn't count. New Edition was 88, was the 80s, the part of the 80s. So, but if it came down to it, motherfucking New Edition would be my. If I could declare any group great, I would say New Edition would be. Yeah. New Edition is my favorite group. Period. You know, that's my favorite.
Don't be still touring. Recent, not long ago, right? New
Edition. Yeah. They tour whenever Bobby Brown decides to show up. You know.
What we got on, they still have a show.
Yeah, but what else? The female wise, TLC. Yeah, TLC. Rachel. Yes. Rachel talking about some Drew Hill, no question. Now, I wish I can get Rachel to call right now. That's what I should do. You know what? Next show, right? Yeah, because I'm doing the show. I'm doing the show on Facebook Live, and Rachel tuning in. I appreciate her support, man. Love you, boo. I appreciate that, but I don't appreciate you saying Drew Hill, no question. Though. I'm gonna let you know that right now. I would say for me, like I said, Boyz II Men of the '90s. The hits keep going. And they had like damn near 4 off the first album, and it doesn't. And the second album basically made them who they are. On Bended Knee, I'll Make Love to You. I'll Make Love to You was probably played just as much as Hey Ya by Outkast when that shit came out. I mean that shit got fucking played out, But female group TLC. There's a lot of strong female R&B groups. Escape, Total, fuck man.
SWV.
Them, that's that. Them sisters with voices. But
writing down on me, man, it's that roller.
Who?
Rain down on me.
Yeah.
On me.
Yeah, you talking about the shit that Chingy and Tyrese did. They sampled this shit.
The reason it's so funny to me is because I had a homeboy, had a girl over, not homeboy, sister had somebody over, and like he got tired of her playing that music. I guess they were downstairs trying to do something, and like as soon as they hit the high note, he kicked a metal trash can down the stairs, and it was like trash right everywhere.
Stupid.
So that song is just like stuck in my head.
That's funny, man. But Ebony, this is that time that I give you before we close out where you get to rant on something. So the floor is yours, Shugga Bugga. Do what you do.
My rant. I am so sick and tired of these. What is it? The latest rant that I have, I saw a post on Facebook that was just so dumb. I gotta call my cousin out for posting it. I'm sorry, but that's, I ain't gonna say the name, but it was about marriages, marriages ending. One of the number one reasons for marriage to end was, I guess they were blaming the female.
I agree.
So, needless to say,
I agree already.
Huh?
I agree already. It's the female's problem.
Number one reason why marriage ended is
I'm just playing. Ladies, I'm just playing.
To make it work.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Either one of them was cheating, or it doesn't always have to be cheating. It could be something else. So, or it could be an abusive relationship. It could be anything. That's one of the that's why it ends. One or both of the parties is not willing to make it work. They did something that caused it to fall apart. Plain and simple.
Right.
Can't blame the woman. Can't blame the man. It's every marriage is different. It ends differently. Everybody's marriage is not
truly.
same as something else.
Yeah, and I won't rebuttal your rant per se, but I will respond to it. I would say that I've never been married, and I would say I haven't been mature enough to even get to that road just yet, but I am. I believe one day that I will. Every relationship is different. Every relationship is different. It's all about effort, truly. I mean, you can be a fuck up, I can be a fuck up. Both of us making effort as fuck ups, I think we'll be okay. You know what I mean? But as the situation goes where, again, you got perfectionists, and again, in your mind, if you're that perfectionist and you do things right all the time, and then the other person messes up, then it's like, okay, you want to throw shit out the window. And then, or if you're the perfectionist and you fuck up that one time, then it's like, you don't know what to do because you're so used to doing everything the right way, so you don't really know how to respond after you're being faulted. You know, so it's just again, I believe that we can all make mistakes, and we just learn. We learn from. We willing to fight for it. You know what I mean? If you feel like that person is the right one for you, but if that person has shown you themselves, and you feel that's not for you, then you gotta do what you gotta do. So
yeah, that's right.
I totally get it. Again, to me, I've always had the mindset that a relationship is finally, making a relationship work is all about finding a set of problems that you're willing to deal with.
Right.
In a sense, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, it's about compromises.
Yeah.
You gotta make
Definitely compromise. Compromise, but know your worth. I will say compromise and know your worth. Really, is what's really important. Knowing your worth. Especially, I would say my experience, the ladies, for you guys to know your worth, because again, men, a lot of men are we're opportunists. You know what I'm saying? Like we really are opportunists. If the situation presents itself, we will strike. It's just sad that we don't use that that power to strike for the right things a lot of times. Like, if it's trying to get, some pussy or some shit like that, yeah, we got that. We're gonna use that opportunity. But when it comes to like really holding down a house and like sticking to one woman or anything like that, then it's like, oh well, you know how I was when you met me. We throw that fucking draw 4 out on your ass. That's what that's what it is. Like, well, oop.
Crazy when you met me.
Yep, you know how I was when I got you. So we just truly have to look at ourselves in the mirror and be like, oh, we got to be better. We got to be better for our women.
Yep.
But
you stop thinking that we can change a man. So
yes,
we get married,
you are
so
not.
Maybe he will get better.
Yeah.
No.
You ain't changing shit. Yeah, you can make us want to change, but you ain't changing shit. I'm gonna let you.
Change nobody.
Nope. You can make me want to change. Like the impact that you can have on my life can make me want to change, but no, you're not gonna make me change. Yeah, especially a rebel mind like me. I don't like really being told what to do anyway. Outside of like for my for getting money, like my job and shit like that. But yeah, on my own, my off time, yeah, I really don't like being told what to do. But so then with that being said, Croombe, you got anything you want to put the folks on before we get out?
Croombe, yes sir.
Yeah, man.
What's that?
Need to go check out that third season of Gotham if you ain't watched it. It's a good one, but
The Kingsman too.
oh yeah, the Kingsman. The Kingsman was good.
Yo. All right, I didn't mean to cut you off. I don't mean to Kanye your shit. I'm gonna let you have your moment, but I want to say that it was the worst horror movie to me of all time. Of all time. No, I didn't. No, but seriously, I didn't like it. I didn't care too much for it. I felt like it was Yeah, you know, I was talking to my cousin. My cousin told me it was like the best horror movie he had seen in a long time, and I was like, damn, I'm gonna be scared of shit. For one, it's a clown and kids. I don't like horror. I don't care for horror movies with kids and clowns, yo. Like, how do you subject a child to that type of work environment where you got to scare the fuck out of somebody? You know, I'm really not a fan of that. But I would say, it wasn't scary to me. It wasn't scary at all. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. Croombe, you still there? You hit that button again?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay, cool. Shit.
No, the Kingsman was, if you haven't seen it, the Kingsman was good. You gotta see that.
Right. The Kingsman look dope though, for real.
Yeah.
So, well, let me give contact information. Shugga Bugga, tell them where they can find you on Twitter.
Croombe Bugga on Twitter.
Yeah. What she said in the song. Croombe Bugga on Twitter.
Bugga.
Yeah, that shit. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. At R. Yeah. What do you say? Oh yeah. It's at ROMEY_MAK. Be sure to follow me on there. Also subscribe to the Romy Mac YouTube channel, which is where you can find this podcast actually, and also tune in live on Facebook Live whenever we do the show. I appreciate the support for those like Rachel, Sandra, my boy Phillips. Who else? I think I saw Shay tuned in, so appreciate that. Some other folks. I think I've even seen my uncle Vaughn is tuned in before, my aunt Sharon. So thank you guys for truly just tuning in, even if it's like 30 seconds, 8 seconds, whatever the case may be. At least you showed some support. Damn it, you joined shit. So I appreciate that. But before we get out of here, definitely check out Def Comedy Jam 25 on Netflix. That shit is funny. Mike Epps is a fool fucking with people in the crowd on that. That was funny. But last but not least, before we get out of here, I want to definitely send thoughts and prayers out to those affected by, Hurricane Irma, Maria, and specifically, I would say Houston and Puerto Rico, and the folks in the Keys. But definitely Puerto Rico right now needs to be the focus. So it's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. 45, you need to get it together, and you need to get there and handle this shit, man. So from Shugga Bugga, from Croombe, and special guest cameo appearance by my niece Fifi, and also my man Roberto. This is Romy Mac. Thank you for tuning in to 2 Cents. We out.